So I'm sure by now most of us are familiar with the fact that Susan Wojcicki, YouTube's former CEO, has stepped down, and she has been replaced with this individual right here, Neal Mohan, and he was formerly YouTube's chief product officer, and he is now the CEO. So I kind of wanted to look into some of the things that he's done, some of the things that he was responsible for on YouTube, and I wanted to see would this guy be making some good decisions? Would he be a good CEO? Obviously, it's just a question, time will tell, but there are a few things that he has done or overseen that I wanted to talk about. First and foremost, according to this article, when Mohan served as YouTube's chief product officer and oversaw the controversial removal of the video dislike button, that is one of those things that I want to talk about because I don't know if, he brought forward the idea or if he was in favor or not in favor of that decision. But it is something to note that that's what happened under his watch. But that doesn't mean that we should just sit over here and hate him because, to be fair, we don't know what if he was actually against the idea. It's not as simple as one person being the CEO like Susan and just making a decision. This was something that I talked about in my last video. YouTube is a big ass company. I'm sure there are 10, 15, 20 people who chip in and make a decision. It's not just a dictatorship. So who knows? Maybe he was against that change. So we don't know at the moment. But another thing that he oversaw and talked about is something that I want to talk about, which was that he was pretty much the guy who pretty much formulated the idea of the YouTube NFTs. Now, I don't want to get too much into the whole NFT thing because that could be a whole video in itself, but basically it's like a type of digital currency. It's usually a photo and it can go up and down in value. It's weird. It's kind of like Bitcoin, kind of like a stock. Most people, including myself, are pretty clueless about it. I actually said this a year ago and I still am clueless about it. But either way, yeah, he was the person who made the idea of the YouTube NFTs, and it was received very, very terribly by the YouTube community. Nobody really cares about NFTs on YouTube if I'm, reading the community correctly. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. People are more interested about what you can do to fix the problems on the website, not about NFTs. So obviously we should give this guy a chance. Who knows, he might be a great CEO, but the things that he could instantly do that would make the community think, okay, you know what, this guy's taking his job seriously, would be to fix a lot of the problems on the website. I mean, I can think of 10 off the top of my head. First and foremost, we gotta go with the biggest problem on YouTube that everybody talks about, circling it with my mouse right now. People are still upset that dislikes have been removed off of YouTube. That was a terrible decision. And I understand what YouTube was saying about hate attacks and stuff like that, but dislikes are way too important to remove off of YouTube. The entire tutorial video community is in shambles because I can't tell if a tutorial on anything is valid or not because I can't see the dislikes on it. So let's say it's a 20-minute tutorial about how to do a certain thing on my computer. I could save so much time instead of just watching that video and seeing if it works or not by just looking at the dislike button, because on tutorial videos, if something works, people like the video. If it doesn't work, they dislike the video. It's very simple. And plus, a lot of people dislike videos when somebody is making some controversial opinion and maybe they make a terrible argument or they say something hypocritical or whatever. It's just a way for the community to tell you, hey, look, we don't agree with what you're saying. And yes, hate attacks do happen and there are a bunch of little assholes out there, but at the end of the day, you can't just remove features because people are like that. You have to keep the feature. Another thing that people were super upset that YouTube removed and should bring back is the sort by oldest feature. Why did they remove that feature? It still doesn't make sense till this day. It was such an important feature and it was actually really cool because you could see the origins of a YouTuber. But now you can't anymore unless you want to scroll down hundreds or potentially thousands or potentially tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of videos. And there are two more things that I could think about that YouTube should get. No, I can think about 5 more, but let me mention 2 or 3 more important ones. Comment bots that are still running all over the place on YouTube that aren't getting moderated. These types of weird ass YouTube ads over here that are showing a bunch of nudity and stuff. And the whole copyright infringement thing that people are able to just falsely claim and strike people's videos without any recourse or anything like that. There are problems that need to be addressed and fixed on YouTube, and nobody gives a shit about NFTs. People care about these types of things. But we'll give Neal the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he does a good job. I wish him good luck. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. See ya.